So this right here is the HP EliteBook 1040G6, and currently it's one of the best modern ultrabooks in the market that you can find with under $500. And this is how it looks. You can see how slim, how beautiful, how gorgeous this masterpiece is just from far. Yeah, it's even 360. There's so many features that I love about this machine. So you see, first, before you buy a laptop, any laptop, there are normally 3 things that you have to consider in the laptop that you're going to purchase. Number 1, you have to consider the purpose of the laptop you're going to purchase. What are you going to do with that laptop? And that's where the performance of that laptop mainly comes in. Number 2, you have to look at the design, the aesthetic look of that laptop. How beautiful does it look from far, from outside? Yeah, how portable is the laptop? Maybe you're looking for something slim, something that is stylish, yeah? Because at the end of the day, you have to use something that looks good to your eyes, yeah? Something that pleases you when you're working on it, despite it having good performance. Then number 3, we have to look at the battery life. Battery life is so crucial because you'll need to have something that you don't have to work most of the time with the chargers here and there. You can leave the charger at home, have your laptop for the whole day, and it'll still serve you well. So with all those things said, we have the HP EliteBook 1040G6 right in front of us, something that is very affordable. It was released into the market back in 2018. We are now in 2024. That's around 6 years down the line, and this masterpiece is still shaking the market. So what is in here in this laptop that I'd love you to know about? We're going to have a thorough review of it, have a look at the positives and have a look at the negatives, as we normally do in this channel. And right before I do that, guys, I'm really trying to reach 1,000 subscribers on this account, and I'm currently at 880 subscribers. Why don't you make it the 821 subscribers? Let's make it to 1,000 subscribers. I really appreciate your support, guys. Big up. So let's dive into this masterpiece for the video. So first, as usual, let's just have a look at the aesthetic design, the exterior design of this laptop. So you see, the first thing first, when you just get into maybe let's say a computer shop, there are so many laptops there and you're stuck in between. You're trying to decide on which one to go buy. Then you find something that looks like this. Just have a look at the design, the silver color, the new HP logo, something that is just so stylish like this. What goes to your mind? I don't want to answer that, but I'm pretty sure that you'll just come straight to this, and then now this will be a pick. After that you'll get into maybe the specs and see if they match what you want. But I know you'll straight go and pick this one. So this is how the other design is. The screen size is 14-inch. Then it weighs around 1.3 kilograms, not so heavy. I wish it maybe weighing around 1 kilogram, of which it's rare to come across a laptop that has that little weight. But 1.3 kilograms is not that bad. So portable, 14-inch. And then it's made of aluminum casing. It's metallic, very strong. See, even bending it is not that easy. Yeah, so it's portable, very strong, small in size, 14-inch. And then you can flip it to 360. It's a 360 degrees laptop. Yeah, so you can turn it into a tablet. Maybe if you want to watch something, you want to show people something, you can turn it to a tablet like this. Then you have that nice display. And what support those tablet features, I'm going to explain to you in the next few parts, because there's some buttons we have on the sides. Yeah, so that is how it looks like. This is how the keyboard side is. Yeah, can turn it 360. The hinge is very flexible. It's not that stiff. You see, if you place it at that angle, it will stick to that angle. If you place it there, it stick to that angle. If you place it to that angle, still it will just stick to where you want it to be. See, you have the best hinges right here on this one. So these are the speaker ports. You can see them right there. Trackpad keyboard. Underneath it, we have the ventilation slot here for air outflow. Then you have this one for air input, with the inflow of air, ventilation. You have these rubbers, though they are not that thick, but at least they help the laptop to stay stable on the table in case somebody happens to slide it off by mistake. So the grip is just quite good on the table as we want it to be. Yeah, and then the rubbers usually aid in helping the laptop to be raised a bit on the table on a flat surface so that you have enough air ventilation underneath the laptop. So now let's have a look at the ports. So on the right hand side, as usual, we have first here you have HDMI, you have USB 3.1 port right there. You have HDMI port 4.1, very important. You have two USB-C Thunderbolt ports. One is for charging, then the other one is for data. But something interesting with this machine, you can use both the two ports for charging. They both accept charging. Yeah, and talking about charging on this laptop, this is a laptop that you can charge from. It uses a Type-C charger of 65 watts. You can be able to charge this laptop from 0 to 50% in just 30 minutes. How good is that? Yeah, for the battery life, I'm not going to comment about it now, but later. But just be sure it's something gorgeous. The battery life is just something gorgeous. I'm going to comment about it later, but imagine having a laptop that you can charge so fast from 0 to 50% in only 30 minutes. How good is that? Then right here we have two buttons for volume up and volume down. Remember, this laptop you can turn it to tablet mode. So when it's on tablet mode and maybe you are watching something, or maybe you're listening to maybe some sort of music and it's on tablet mode, then the buttons are just well placed right on top here for volume up and volume down. So it's easier to make those control or settings. Then on the left hand side, we have another USB 3.1 port there. We have the power button on the side. You can see, once again, this power button has been placed on the side so that when it's on tablet mode, you can easily access the power button. That's why it's there. Then we have a Kingston lock right here. We have a SIM card slot. So we have a SIM card slot right here. You see, this laptop that come with SIM card slots. If your SIM card slot has something that is metallic of sort and it's sealed, there's no like a small hole on the SIM card slot. Just know that the laptop that you have, the SIM card capabilities are optional. So you'll have to remove that cover on the slot, insert your SIM card, then add a SIM card module on the inside the laptop, yeah, for it to function. Otherwise, for the one that I have here, it supports the SIM cards but doesn't have that SIM card module, so it won't work for now. Then we have audio microphone jack here. Yeah, so crucial. You can see where it is. It's right there. So helpful. So what can I say about the number of ports that you have on this laptop? You can say that having two USB ports is enough. You can plug in your mouse, wireless mouse adapter on this other side. You can use the remaining USB port to transfer data or any other thing that you want. So having two of them is good. Then you have additional two USB-C ports. Remember, these USB-C ports, they're so interesting. You can use them for charging, you can use them for data transfer, you can use them for video. They're multifunctional ports and so crucial for modern day laptops. In fact, almost all of the laptops that are being released into the market currently, they must have one or two USB ports. And I think at some point, maybe we'll not be having the normal USB-B ports, but the USB-C ports. So much has been said about that. Let's have a look at the keyboard. So the keyboard is quite interesting too. You can see how it is. We have backlit. The keyboard is backlit. I hope it can be visible from there. You can see. So having a backlit keyboard means that you can use your laptop in a dark lit environment where you don't have light, or even at night when there is no light. Or maybe let's say you are in a conference room. You know, most of these conference rooms are where people sit, the lights are normally off, yeah, apart from the stage. So if you're in a conference room and you're using a laptop to take notes, and then what, you'll be just quite comfortable with your laptop because you have backlit keyboard and be able to see all the letters, yeah. Then I normally say on the keyboard, if you want to see if your laptop has backlit, just look for this icon right here, yeah, and you can see here we have it on the F9 key, backlit. Then on this keyboard, we also have something called HP SureView, yeah, protection. That's a security feature on the screen of this laptop that is so crucial to you. If you're using this laptop in an outdoor environment, let's say you have so many people beside you, So you can enable sure view so that it's only you can see what's happening on the screen, but anybody sitting beside you cannot see what's on the screen. Let's try that out. So let me just click on the HP sure view button, see right where it is. It's right here. If I click on it like that, see what's happening. Now let me just flip the screen of this laptop at a certain angle and see if you'll be able to see what's on the screen. So if I take it this sideways, you see there's nothing. It looks like the laptop is off. Yeah, but if I put it straight like this, you can see what's on the screen. Again, if I put it like this, you won't be able to see what's on the screen. You see, it's not that visible. Yeah, so that's what HP sure view means. Again, on this keyboard we have interesting features. I told you that this laptop supports SIM card capabilities, LTE. You can use this laptop to receive calls, so many stuffs. So we have those buttons right there. There's some buttons towards the right hand side of the laptop. We have the SIM card mobile phone receiver, and then you can see the dial pads right there. Then we have the trackpad right here. So this trackpad is made of glass. Something I love about glass trackpads is that they rarely get worn out, as opposed to the trackpads that we have in the Lenovo ThinkPads that are made of plastic. You see, if you use this trackpad for a long time, or most of the time, the surface normally gets worn out, and you'll be able to see on the surface that there's some sort of wearing out on it. But having it glass makes it so much reliable. It won't get that easily worn out, and it will just maintain its aesthetic look for the longest time possible. And some of the things that I love about this trackpad that we have here, it supports single-handed multi-getter features. Like, for example, if you just want to scroll on the laptop, this is what you do. Let me disable the privacy sure view. See, now you can see what's happening on the screen. Let me just improve the brightness so that you can see what we just want to explain here. So now I've just adjusted the brightness, and I'll try to Google something. Let me just connect to the internet. Allow me to connect to the internet first. Hope it's now connected. Just a few minutes in. Oh, it's not getting in. 2015. Let me just confirm what's happening here. What's happening here? Okay, so now let's try and browse something. I just want to show you something here. Yeah, so you can see what you have here. Let me just put it to a position that's visible. So you can use your single hand to scroll, just as MacBook lovers normally do. So it supports multi-gesture fixtures. Yeah, then you can zoom in just with your two fingers. You can see what's happening. Two fingers zoom. Yeah, so interesting. Again, it has been designed in a manner that if you happen to place your thumb by mistake on the trackpad, like I am doing right now, nothing is going to happen on the screen. Yeah, so it's also interesting how the design is. Then we have the click pads right here for right click and then left click. They're just hidden, but they exist in the laptop. And this is how modern laptops have been designed. You don't have that. There is normally that line here, like a boundary to indicate where the right hand click and the left hand click are joining or where they're ending. But on this one, it's advanced, and if you are pro to laptops, then you just definitely know where to click and where not to click on the trackpad. So now on the screen of this laptop, this is some of the interesting features of this laptop that I love. Not so much, but I love the screen. We have a display here of Full HD display, and that one is normally confirmed by going to the screen. Right click on the screen, then come to the display settings right there. Then on the display setting, we have we come to where we have the display resolution. You'll see here we have 1920 by 1080 resolution. So it's a full HD display. Then the refresh rates, you come here to advanced display. You can see we have refresh rates of 60 Hertz, not so bad. And for normal day-to-day operations, that display is quite okay. The brightness levels of this display is around 400 nits, which is good because if you're using this laptop in a well-lit environment like outdoor environment, there's so much sunlight. Sometimes the sun is too much that you can't even see what's happening in the display. But if you have a brighter display that can match the intensity of the sunlight, at least even little it is, then you'll be advantaged to use it in an outdoor environment. So we have brightness levels of around 400 nits, which is so good with the display. The color tone of this display is equally good. The screen is not that glossy, but the color tone is good. The RGB levels are quite okay. If you happen to watch a video, or let's say you're doing things like video or photo editing on this laptop, then you get to see the correct color details that you'll love to see when editing. So the screen is quite good, not that much good as we have in OLED panels or MacBooks, but even 2K resolution screens. But at least it's trying. Having full HD is much better than having an HD screen for your laptop. Then now, another interesting feature that I love about this laptop is the security features. We have multiple security features on this laptop that I know to some of you, you might not care about the securities, but for business personnel or those people who operate serious business, you have to have a laptop that is well secure, something that can knock off hackers, yeah, so that people don't easily get to access your machine, get to see what you're doing, your data. If you have those sensitive data on your laptop, then you have to have something that is so secure. So on this laptop, just on the physical outlook of it, things that you can see with the eyes, we have 3 security features. Number 1, we have fingerprint sensor here for signing in. So you can set a fingerprint sensor to sign in. Remember, the fingerprint sensor enabled, you can also use it to sign in to like your websites. Let's say some of these websites that enable fingerprint signing in. Yeah. Then number 2, you have face IR cameras here. That is window yellow. You can scan your face to sign in. So important. And then you have a privacy shutter right on top of this camera right here. So it's a physical switch to enable you to close the camera whenever you're doing anything, because this camera is so sensitive. Most of the time you're using a laptop, it gets hacked and you don't know even what's happening. So that's why it's physical, so that you don't have to stick sellotapes here and maybe white stickers here to hide the camera most of the time. That's why we normally have these privacy shutters. Having digital shutters is dangerous because some hackers can still trespass the settings, but having it physical like this is also crucial and helpful to you. Then again, we have the HP Sure View that I talked about. That's the third security feature to enable you to use your laptop in an outdoor environment. Even if you have so many people surrounding you, only you will be able to see what you're doing on the laptop. Then we have HP Biosphere on the motherboard of this laptop. So HP Biosphere, and then we have HP Sure Protect on the motherboard. Those two securities helps the laptop. Let's assume, or let's put in a scenario where you're just turning on your laptop. So what it normally does is that the moment you're turning on the laptop, it does a security check on the motherboard and on the operating system, so as to ensure there's no trespass in any of those levels before the laptop boots up. So, and that is so crucial because some hackers normally use things that we call bots. Those bots run on the motherboard and they can be able to trespass to the operating system, and even they can be able to use your laptops. The moment you connect to the internet, you see your performance on your laptop like it's overheating, it's operating at abnormal temperatures, and you'll be wondering what's happening. Yeah, because the hackers have installed something inside your laptop and you don't know, so they're using your resources to run the operations wherever they are. So that's where HP Biosphere and Sure Protect comes in. So now that I've talked about so many things there, I was just forgetting to talk about the speakers. So you see, this laptop, the sound system is supported by the Bang & Olufsen. Yeah, they design the speakers. And for those of you who have laptops that have Bang & Olufsen speakers, you can attest how good the speakers are. But for the 1040G6, the speakers are a notch higher. For those who have MacBook, the latest MacBooks like M1, M2, you know how good those speakers sound. And the speakers on this 1040G6 are what come close to what we have on the MacBooks, because we have right here, we have speakers on this side, dual speakers this side, and then this side, dual speakers. And what is in here by design is that for the left hand side, for example, we have two speakers. We have one speaker for bass, and then we have mid-range. The same on this side. So it means on this laptop, you're listening to maybe music, or you're listening to something like you're on a video call, you get to hear those voices or those sounds as crisply and clear as you want them to be, because I might not test the sound here because I don't want to use those copyrighted sounds on this video, but that one I can show you 100% that we have some of the best speakers on this laptop. Those of you who have this laptop, or you have the HP 1030G3 series, 1030G4, G6, those versions, they have similar speakers. You can attest to us in the comment section how good those speakers are. So now, I've really talked so many good things about this laptop, and I've not mentioned the properties of the laptop that I have here. So the 1040G6 that I have here, it's a Core i7 laptop, as you can see here. It's a Core i7. I have the Core i7 sticker right there. Yeah, it comes with 16 GB of RAM, 512 GB SSD. We have an i7 of 8th generation processor here. Yeah, and as usual, I normally advise if you want to see the properties, you just come to Windows, Control Shift Escape, then come to the Performance tab right there. At Performance tab, you can be able to see all the properties that you want to see on this laptop. So come to the Performance tab. Then for the CPU here, we have a CPU of Intel Core i7 8665U. Yeah, base speed of 2.1 GHz. We have number of cores here. We have 4 cores, then 8 logical processors. So it's an octa-core, yeah, with 8 logical processors. The turbo boost of this laptop goes up to 4.8 GHz. Imagine having such a slim laptop like this one, so slim like this, yeah, yet so powerful speed wise, yeah. Then for memory, we have 16 GB of RAM here. The form factor is sodium, so we have 2 slots. The RAM are on the motherboard. We have 16 GB of RAM. Yeah, so if you're getting this laptop, one with 8 GB of RAM, then get one with 8. If you're getting one with 16 GB of RAM, then get one with 16 GB of RAM. Remember, the RAM we have on this laptop is not, you cannot expand it. Yeah, so you have to make that decision at the time of purchase. Most of these modern day laptops, they have their RAMs integrated on the motherboard, soldered on the motherboard. So if you're making that decision to purchase, just be keen on that part, because you'll have to change the whole laptop to get that part from just to upgrade the RAM. Then we have disk here. We have 512 GB SSD. This is something that you can expand. It's an M2. You can see here we have 512 GB SSD of Samsung. You can expand it to 1 TB if you want. You can upgrade it to 56 GB if you want. If that's somebody who don't like so much space, why don't you downgrade it? So then for the Wi-Fi, we have Wi-Fi 6 adapter with Bluetooth 5.0 adapter. Those are most advanced Wi-Fi and Bluetooth modules. That means you can have the Bluetooth so reliable. And then here on this laptop, right here, you can see here, we have this line crossing over here. This is the network receiver for this laptop for both Bluetooth and then the wireless networks. This is like an antenna right here. So if you always wonder why you have that stick there, that is the network antenna. That's why it's normally placed for these laptops. Then I know this is so interesting, the GPU. So the GPU we have here, we have an Ultra HD graphics 620. What can you do with that graphics that we have here? It's an integrated graphic card. We don't have a discrete graphic for this machine, but it's integrated. So integrated means that it's built inside the processor. The graphic card is built with the processor. So we have Intel Ultra HD 620. For Intel Ultra HD 620, you can use that graphic card for video editing, photo editing, but for video editing, not that heavy video editing, just for like, if you're a content creator, then you're good with it. But if you're that person who makes movies, those like professional stuff, then here, that's not recommendable with it. Then if you're doing rendering, it will be quite good. The speed will be quite okay because you have 4 cores, and rendering is something that requires higher number of cores. The higher the number of cores, the higher the rendering speed. So if you have a laptop that has higher number of cores, rendering will be much faster. So you have 4 cores here, not that bad. And with 8 logical processors, you can be able to render your data fast. Video editing is okay. Gaming, you can game on this laptop for like, even the modern title games can play them on this laptop, but remember you have to play them at the lowest settings. So this is not a gaming laptop, it's a business laptop. If you're planning to game on it, please kindly just look for a gaming laptop. It's just slight gaming, maybe after work, because they normally say work without play makes trauma dull boy. So just after work, can play slight games on it, like Asphalt. There's so many light games that you can play on this laptop, but for the heavy ones, please don't play them on this because it'll definitely destroy the motherboard. Much has been said. For entertainment purposes, remember I said the speakers are quite good, though I did prove them. And finally, before I finish, there are 2 things that I'm forgetting to mention. The camera of this laptop. Now, this is the most interesting thing that I love about this laptop, apart from the other features that I've described. The camera on this laptop is just so good. See, I normally say if you want to maybe look at the properties of the camera of your laptop, just go to the camera app. Yeah, I'll open the camera app there. Camera. So now that we have the camera on, I'll remove the shutter. So we have here a camera of the settings. The quality of this camera is a 2.1 megapixel camera of full HD resolution. So how good is that camera? Imagine having a laptop camera of full HD resolution. So we have a good camera here, and we're just going to test it with the microphones that we have here. We see how good is it for Skype calling, or let's assume you install WhatsApp on your laptop, and maybe you're using to make WhatsApp video calls and even attending Zoom meetings. How good is that camera? So let me just record a sample video here with this camera. So that is me talking to the camera. Don't know how good the sound quality is, but maybe you can let me know in the comment section. There's a bit of mist on the display. I think that is due to insufficient lighting that I have in the room, but still the camera is performing quite well. There's no that delay on the camera. Yeah, it's quite good. So that's all about the camera. Let me know in the comment section what you rate about this camera and even the sound quality that is coming out from this camera. And before I get to the next part of this video, please don't forget to leave a like, and if not subscribed up to this point of the video, how would you have watched this video to this point without even subscribing? Please subscribe so that you stay tuned for the next upcoming reviews of very good and affordable laptops. And finally, I was talking about the battery life of this laptop. I remember the first stages I said that you can be able to charge this laptop from 0 to 50% in that 30 minutes. But that's not the juice. The juice is here. With this laptop, with the like yesterday before making this video, I played a movie here, I was playing some movies just to see how fast the battery was going to drain. And I can promise you that I was able to use this laptop for 12 hours without it going off. Actually, by the end of the 12 hours, when I was just going to bed, the battery life, the battery percentage remaining was at around 33% from 100%. So it means it can even go past that. Yeah, and you see, normally for a good laptop, I normally advise that when doing anything, like even basic stuff, without adjusting the brightness, because the brightness levels of the screen also affect the power consumption of the battery, the backlight, and so many stuff determine how long the battery lasts. But for any laptop that you have, the battery has to last around 4 hours going onwards, because most of these laptops are refurbished, so the batteries are not that original as the one that they were manufactured with from the HP themselves or Lenovo. Yeah, but the minimum battery life for a laptop that you have to have is around 4 hours. But this one was just extremely to another level, 12 hours without going off. I had to sleep so that maybe I'll continue the next day, and it was still at 33%. So it means even if I gave it some time, it means maybe it will have extended to around 15 hours. And how good is that for a laptop, especially for business professionals like you, or those who prefer having such a laptop, or who are looking for a laptop that has those features. So the battery is quite good. Finally, as I finish, we can't mention all the good things about this laptop without mentioning the bad things about it. So some of the things that I realized were bad about it, I said the screen was that good, but it was not as much as I expected for a laptop of such price. So maybe you can get, but there are varieties. You can get one with a better screen resolution than the one that I have, the Full HD. And then the screen is so risky. Remember having a laptop with such a screen that is touch. The screen is so expensive. So if you have such a laptop, you'll have to take good care of it, because the screen of this laptop is going to cost you 3/4 of the price of this laptop to repair the screen. How fun is that? Because I know most of you always assume the motherboard is so expensive, but on such a laptop, the screen is more expensive than the motherboard and all the other parts combined. So take good care of the screen. And then these hinges, most of the time, if you flex it or maybe carelessly, then they might pop up. So if you have such a laptop, take good care of the hinges so that you don't destroy your machine. Otherwise, if you found this video so helpful and so straight to the point, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to leave a like. See you next time on another review video like this one. Bye.